Hi folks, this is Alan Tyson along with my bud Josh Aubrey. When I was in the restaurant business, my daddy used to say, if it ain't one thing, it's something else. Well, that's a perfect description of what happened to our birds last Saturday at the state capitol. As fans, we often hear coaches say we win as a team, we lose as a team. Eagle Nation, our 41-33 loss to the Cats from the City of Trees last week was definitely a team loss. Now let's look briefly at the good and the bad in all three phases of the game. First, for our offense. Here's the good. We put 451 total yards on the stat sheet. We passed it for 359 yards and 3 touchdowns. We had 26 first downs. We converted 8 of 14 third downs, 1 of 2 fourth downs, and we only punted it twice in the entire game. Now, I think we all know what the bad is. Yep, we turned it over 5 of our 13 possessions, including our final 2 possessions of the game. With the stats that we were putting up, think how many points we left on the board by ending almost 40% of our drives with an unforced error. On defense, here's the good. We only allowed 10 points off our 5 turnovers. We forced Gag State to punt the ball 4 times in the game, and we had an interception. But here's the bad. We allowed the Leopards from Hot Atlanta to rush the ball for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. And after our offense took the first possession of the game and scored, we allowed the Panthers to score on 5 of their next 6 possessions, totaling 27 points. After we did make some stops in the second half that allowed our offense to pull within 4 points late in the third quarter, we then allowed a 9-play, 75-yard scoring drive for the fellows from Fulton, ending in a 33-yard touchdown run by their walk-on running back. Now here is what we did in our special teams play. Here's the good. We actually played well most of the day on special teams, including converting a fake punt for a first down. But a blocked extra point, when we had a chance to pull within 3, got the scoring all out of whack. All in all, it was just a bad day in Mudville for our men in blue. But here's the good news. With half the season left to play, if we can just clean up those turnovers and play a little bit of defense, we've got a feathered flock that is definitely talented enough to get us in a bowl game come December. Nose to the grindstone, Big Blue. As for today, our Eagles are back in the friendly confines of the prettiest little stadium in America for only the first time in 3 weeks. Unfortunately, it doesn't get any easier as 25th ranked James Madison has flown in from the Cavalier State for the 8th meeting between the 2 schools. Our Birds have won 7 in a row against the Dukes and hold a 7-1 lead in the series, though they haven't played since 1992. The Purple and Gold, who haven't lost over 2 games in a season since 2018, are 5-0 this year, their first at the FBS level. These Sovereigns from Shenandoah Valley are averaging over 44 points per game while holding their opponents to only 15. They are another Sun Belt team that likes to run the football. They are averaging over 200 yards on the ground and have scored 13 touchdowns. They've got a grad quarterback from Colorado State that is pretty doggone sporty. He has a QB rating of 177 and has thrown 15 touchdowns in 5 games. He is also the 2nd leading rusher on the team, averaging 6 yards per tote. Their defense is ranked 3rd in the country. They're only giving up 228 yards per game. They are ranked 23rd in passing defense, but their rush defense is ranked number 1 in the FBS. Folks, here's some good news. Our Birds are 23-3 against teams all time from the Commonwealth of Virginia. They are 4-0 against these crowned heads from Rockingham County when playing at Glenn Bryant Field. And that's all I got. Frankly, on paper, this just don't look good for our men in blue. But I once heard an old bald-headed man named Russell say, there's a reason why you don't play them on paper. You see, that ball's got an odd shape to it, and you never know how it's going to bounce. Dumbfound these Duke dogs from the Old Dominion State Eagles.
And folks, you just can't beat that. And you just can't beat Georgia Southern. And you ain't seen nothing yet.